Hello everyone, today we are back in Culture Shock after a long absence, and today we have, as you can see, two new guests that we're going to be, hosts that are going to be now with us during this semester. We have Victor and we have Maria Fernanda. Both of them are students at here at UPAEP, right? Can you Victor was part of this project at the beginning, right?
Kind of. I was like the second generation, maybe.
Okay, awesome.
I hosted this show 1 year ago.
1 year ago?
Yeah,
awesome.
1.5 years ago.
So, and what do you study?
I'm studying languages, education, and cultural diversity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in 4th, 5th semester. I'm 20 years old, and I'm happy to be back.
Awesome. And Fernanda?
Okay, this is my first time being here, but actually I was in the show in the first time with Victor. We were presenting something, but I forgot. And I'm studying the same as Victor, and I'm in 5th semester.
Okay, so how long till you graduate, guys?
Long time.
No, long time. Okay, you don't want to know.
Yeah, I don't want to think about it right now.
Good. Yes, Nathaniel will also be joining next week. He's right now, in Mexico City. He's getting everything settled for his scholarship he will tell you about. And but he's joining next week. Sometimes I'll be here, sometimes I won't, but yeah, it's very exciting to be back. Today, although 3 weeks have passed, we're going to talk about the first impressions at university in the first days. So yeah, that's our topic for today. And before we start, we have a very interesting section, which is the Vox Populi. What do you think, guys, if we first listen to our community telling us about their first experience here at UPAEP?
Perfect.
Yeah,
Awesome.
that's great.
So let's listen to the Vox Populi.
Bonito miércoles a los radioescuchas de Culture Shock. Hoy estaremos por los pasillos de UPAEP preguntando qué tal su primer día de clases esta semana. Vamos a verlo.
¿Cómo fue tu experiencia, tu primer día de clases en UPAEP?
Pues al principio estaba muy nerviosa porque no conocía realmente a nadie, pero como fue pasando el tiempo del día me sentí bastante cómoda y como que empecé a conocer la universidad en sí.
¿Por qué elegiste UPAEP?
Siento que tiene un programa muy completo y los maestros que dan aquí son muy capacitados y pueden impartirte la materia de manera que entiendes.
¿Tienes alguna experiencia divertida o alguna experiencia que haya marcado tu primer día de clases?
Pues supongo que las presentaciones de mis compañeros y cómo se presentaban también los docentes.
Ok, gracias.
Bueno, para empezar, ¿cómo ha sido tu inicio en este periodo?
Ha sido muy tranquilo, ha sido muy bien. Me he juntado con mis amigos, con compañeros y poco a poco tomando el ritmo de las clases.
¿Qué es lo que más te ha gustado de este inicio de clase?
Pues más que nada la oportunidad de ya estar en clases en inglés, en un ambiente internacional, ya que es de mi carrera es comercio internacional, ya con este ambiente que nos va a ir preparándonos para nuestro futuro.
Okay, muchísimas gracias.
¿Eres de nuevo ingreso?
Sí, acabo de entrar este año.
¿Y de dónde eres?
Soy de San Pedro Cholula, aquí cerca de Puebla.
¿Veniste al curso de inducción UPAEP?
Sí, vine porque me dijeron que veía un poco acerca de lo que es la escuela y acerca de lo que estoy estudiando.
¿Y por qué elegiste la UPAEP?
Porque cuando vine a una vivencia me gustó mucho cómo era el trato de la gente y porque hay mucha unión entre todos.
¿Me puedes decir qué estudias?
Estudio la carrera de arquitectura.
Gracias. Hola, ¿cómo te llamas?
Alan Gutiérrez.
¿En qué semestre vas?
Voy en tercer semestre de veterinaria.
¿Qué tal te pareció el regreso a clases de UPAEP?
Bueno, entretenido.
¿Qué hiciste en tus vacaciones?
Hice aquí una materia que tengo que llevar en verano.
Ok. ¿Y tienes alguna experiencia del regreso a clases, algo nuevo que hayas pasado
Pues nuevos compañeros, nuevos profesores, un nuevo grupo.
Ok, gracias.
Ok, yo quisiera saber qué tal su primer día de clase.
Pues fue muy bueno porque nos recibieron muy bien y en lo personal me gustó mucho la dinámica de integración.
Sí, siempre te están apoyando, o sea, no te pierdes. Ese era mi pavor, ¿no? Que me perdiera, que no encontrara mis salones, pero entre todos sí te están ayudando siempre.
¿Y por qué escogieron UPAEP?
Bueno, a mí me gustó el enfoque humanista. Bueno, leí en la página y ya cuando entré, pues todas las ideas, la misión, visión, todo me ha encantado.
Pues igual, pero a mí lo que me llamó mucho la atención fueron los intercambios y todo eso es lo que me atrapó.
¿Y no tendrán alguna anécdota así como divertida sobre su primer día de clases?
Pues no del primer día, pero del miércoles que hubo un evento que nos hicieron, bueno, se presentaron los de teatro y una chica empezó a decir que era ciega y que la apoyáramos y empezó a cantar y cantó increíble porque cantó ópera, pero al final pues solo fue una actuación y todos cooperamos y nos quedamos como, no sé, fue muy chistoso.
Okay. Muchísimas gracias, chicas.
Okay, and we're back. So, yeah, that's the opinion of people around campus. The first day. Okay, so what about you guys? How was this beginning of the new semester?
I think the further you go in your major, the more tired you are even when you're starting.
That's true. That's true.
Well, since I entered in the middle of the scholar year, I started in January, so I'm not like with an entire generation, and I need to have subjects from third, first, and fifth semester, and so on. So I'm in fourth, fifth semester, and I'm taking a class that is for people from first semester.
Oh, okay.
So you can really see the difference there, because I was like, okay, I'm here again. And it's going to be up until 4 more months until I have holidays again. So it was like tiring. I mean, you already know people, so you are not nervous about it. But you are like another subject, more things to do, essays, reports, everything. Like you just arrive with one notebook and one pencil and that's it. And I was like, okay, now I need to summarize everything. And the girls that are in that class, they were super excited. They were almost like yelling because they were finally studying what they wanted. Their notebooks with colors and pretty organized and a lot of things, different markers.
And you don't do that.
And I don't do it. I've never done it, but I think that after a time, they eventually realize there are more things than having colors.
Yeah, and like all pretty and
you just need to worry about having the thing in your notebook. That's it.
Yes, the real information. What about you, Fernanda? How was it?
I feel so offended because I'm that girl that still having notebooks and colors and everything. I really enjoy going to stationaries to buy my new stuff for the new semester. Yeah, but this time I didn't have my first 2 days of classes, so when I arrived, I feel a little bit tired. I didn't know what people was talking about, and yeah.
Oh, so you weren't here for the first week?
The first 2 days.
The first 2 days, I
days.
missed my first 2 days.
Oh, okay.
Because she was having fun in San Francisco.
It wasn't that fun.
What were you doing in San Francisco?
No, actually, I was studying in Taiwan. So by the time classes began, I was taking my plane back to Mexico. So by the second day or first day, I don't know, I was or in Vancouver or in San Francisco doing my connection.
Oh, okay. Yeah, wow, that's fantastic. So you were in Taiwan?
Yeah.
Was it fun?
Yeah, it's very fun, but because I was studying there, I didn't have any holiday.
Oh, okay, so it was just focusing on studying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so after
always.
studying, you come back and more studying.
Yeah, exactly. So horrible.
Well, welcome to university life, right? And that's how it usually goes. What's the difference? What would you say? Well, Victor talked a little bit about it, but what would be the difference between your first day this semester and your very first day at the university?
Oh, okay. My first day, I was very nervous because I didn't know anyone, and I was afraid that people were going to be mean or horrible or fresas.
Yes,
strawberry.
Strawberries.
Exactly. But no, yeah. And now that I'm in my first day of 5th semester, I like it because I already know the people. I know that I have a good relationship with them, or that's what I want to think. And like that.
That's what they make you think. Right?
Exactly.
Good. Victor, what's the difference for you?
For me, well, there are a lot of differences because my first semester ever in university, it wasn't like in my major. It was in med school.
Oh, okay.
So if I compare it, the first day in med school, it was like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm going to fall in love with my career as I move on, but it obviously did not happen.
Never happens.
So I think that's like a piece of advice, I think.
Yeah.
A lot of people have been asking me questions about, did you feel really comfortable the very first day when you were there, or how did you realize that it was not the major you wanted to study? So I always tell them that maybe you can be nervous and maybe be apathic about it because it's the first time you are out of your comfort zone, which is high school. So have the first semester, and if you realize during the first semester that that's where you want to be, then stay. But if you move on and you see that you're taking classes not because you want to, but because you have to, then you need to
change
and think about it. Yeah, it was like for me in high school, because I always hate colors and design, as you can see. So whenever I had the class of design in the computer, I knew that that was not going to be what I wanted to do.
Yep.
And it was high school, so I said, okay, I need to take it because I need a grant, a scholarship, but I don't really like it. So when I got to med school, I realized that I had the same feeling. I need to take it, but not I want to take it. But that's the problem, because after med school is when you need to practice and become a doctor. So I didn't have like after it will change, because it was not.
And now have you fallen in love with your major?
Definitely. The thing is that the major I think is focused on teaching, but there are other options like translation. And I want to do, instead of teaching, like educational investigation and to promote human rights and rights for indigenous people in Mexico, which is also part of our major, which is culture.
Culture, yes. That's one of the advantages of the major, right? It's very flexible.
Exactly, not like in BUAP, where there's just like a major in teaching English or teaching French, and that's it.
Yeah, which in the past we used to have the more options there, but now it's just close to that.
Exactly, and here you have the languages, you can teach them, and you can enjoy the human side of relations.
Yes.
For me, our major is like international relations, without the economy, the politics, and all the things that shape it. And you just stay with the human part of people, which is their culture.
Awesome. And Fernanda, have you fallen in love with it?
Yeah, I really like it. As Victor said, at the same as Victor, I was in another major. I was studying business in another university, not in here. And the same happened to me. I thought that when the major continued, I would like it more, but actually it was the opposite. I hated more. And then I changed it because I want to become Spanish teacher as a foreign language. And I really like it. I love the classes that they give in here about Spanish, because they teach me Spanish in a different way. Because since I was little, I hate Spanish subject, like subject, object, verb. But in here it was different, completely different, and I really, really like it. I love my major.
I think that's because of the teachers, because they're teaching the same thing. The thing is that teachers are not like the old woman that used to be your teacher in elementary school. And also they know how to get in touch with the students, because it's not like in other, I don't want to say it, but where you needed to go to the principal's office and you were really afraid of what's going to happen. I don't know him. And here with our teachers, you can go to their office, and also with our coordinator. And you feel happy to be there, and you can talk and you can chat, and
you think that environment really helps the process, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Makes it easier for students, and also I think for us as teachers. Awesome. So yeah, I'm very happy you like your major, because I'm also a great defender of do what you love, right? Like I know many people who studies just something because their parents forced them, or because they just didn't find anything they liked. And I think that's a sad story, because if you do something you love, you'll never hate it. You'll probably be busy sometimes. Yes, you'll get angry as anything, but at the end, if you love what you do, it'll be just easier, I think.
There's a saying that well, in roughly translation, it's like, if you work in what you love, you won't have to work at all.
Okay. Are we live?
I think they...
Okay. So, that's very interesting. Remember that Culture Shock has been this program in which we essentially talk about these things, right? Real life experiences of students, of Mexican students, of international students. We have had a lot of guests, and the purpose of the program is to share these cultural aspects of different topics, because culture just is so vast, you know. And today we're talking about the first day, but we're going to have different shows. We're going to have Day of the Dead. We're going to have September 16th. We're going to have the Chiles en Nogada. We're going to have Oktoberfest. So, yeah, all those things are coming. And we want to invite our audience to participate with us and to be checking out the different social media that we're in, so that they can send questions, they can send comments, they can propose things they want. Or if someone wants to participate, come as a guest, that would be also fantastic. And, well, just to finish, many years ago, I started university. And for me, it was...
How many?
How many years ago? Wow. We're 2018? Oh, 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I started university. Yes.
I was in elementary school.
Yeah, 10 years ago, I started, but I was very lucky, I think. I think I had my calling from way before. I knew I loved languages, especially English. I always loved talking to people, and the very first day I was there, I just felt like I was in a dream. So I never regretted anything. I remember going to my first psycholinguistics class or my first phonetics class, and it was just, I fell in love with it. And until now, I just love what I do. And yep, I consider myself very lucky because of that. Yeah, so let's go to a break, and then we'll be back with more.
UPAEP, rumbo al 50 aniversario. Misión.
Crear corrientes de pensamiento y formar líderes que transformen a la sociedad, en la búsqueda de la verdad, integrando fe, ciencia y vida. Valores.
Junto a la verdad, el bien y la belleza, nuestra universidad sostiene como valores rectores la dignidad de la persona humana, la libertad, la solidaridad, la subsidiariedad, la congruencia, el respeto, el amor y la justicia. Visión.
Somos una comunidad universitaria fraterna, congruente, alegre y comprometida, que es referente en la conjunción del pensamiento humanista, cristiano y las ciencias, que forma integralmente líderes con alta calidad profesional y compromiso social. Contribuye a la transformación de la sociedad con propuestas pertinentes, orientadas a la consecución del bien común. Tiene presencia e influencia en los ámbitos local, regional, nacional e internacional. Centra la gestión en la persona y optimiza los recursos al servicio de la misión institucional. Líneas rectoras.
Atreverse a vivir congruentemente nuestra identidad, como ejemplo de virtud en el servicio, con respeto y amor al prójimo, para la transformación social en orden al bien común.
Privilegiar a través de la academia la formación humanista cristiana en busca de la excelencia científica y profesional, con pensamiento universal y trascendencia social.
Crear sistemas académicos de auténtica pertinencia social, a través de la docencia, investigación y extensión, para enriquecer la cultura y participar en la solución de los problemas fundamentales del país.
Involucrarse en la formación y desarrollo intercultural de la comunidad universitaria a través de ámbitos y vínculos de internacionalización.
Lograr ambientes de confianza, colaboración y servicio, dentro de una cultura de austeridad, transparencia y evaluación. UPAEP, rumbo al 50 aniversario.
Okay, so we're back, and now let's continue with this first impressions of school. And what are your recommendations? What could you recommend to students in this very first? We're gonna start just the first partial, so we're still on time, right, to get all these advices out there and people to listen. And yep. So, what are your recommendations as UPAEP students?
Okay, my recommendation is bring food. You always need to bring food because eating outside, even though it's cheap, if you eat outside every day, it's a big amount of money.
Yup, it is. That's a very good advice.
Yeah, if you're one of those of that people that like to go outside to a comida corrida,
okay,
it's at least like 50 pesos, and if you go like all 5 days, you can save 250 pesos.
Yeah, it's a very good advice because, as you said, it's probably if you're here most of the day, it's not gonna be only once, but you're gonna go probably twice or 3 times.
And then the snack or something like that.
That's the problem.
The snacks are a problem, right? So bring food if you can bring food. Any other advice that you can think of?
Well, for me, I think that for the first evaluation, that the new students need to know that they don't need to memorize everything because they're in university right now. It's not like just learn it, well, you memorize it and then you present the exam and that's it. You are not going to see that ever again. So you're not in high school anymore, you're in university. So I think that it's more important to understand the topic and really learn it, comprehend it, and know how to use it in real life situations. Because a lot of exams, the teacher gives you the theory, but in the exam you need to use it in practice. So what's the use of learning something if you don't know how to
apply it?
Yeah.
Okay. Any other, Fernanda?
Okay. Please, I know that you're new and maybe you're nervous, but participating in class is very, very useful. I was my first semester in here, I was in a class where nobody participated, where nobody opened their mouth, and it was so boring, so tiring.
And tedious, right?
Yeah, you can also see the teacher's face like, why I'm here? Please let me out. It is horrible. So it's good. You can talk and you can share your experience, and that also helps the other people.
Yeah, it's great. Which goes along with keep an open mind, right?
Yeah.
You're going to see in university many other things that you haven't seen in high school or in middle high, and that may surprise you. But, well, this is university life, right?
We should try a little bit. Clothing.
Yeah.
In high school and junior high and all of that, you need to use a uniform. And here, you can use almost whatever you want. So,
yeah. I agree. So
you'll see funny shirts.
You'll see funny shirts. You'll see funny combinations, right? The matching or not matching, different colors of hair as well. Yes. So I think, keep an open mind. Also, evaluations are coming in many areas, different departments on the school, or decanatos as they're called, right? Like in the English area, the language area, we have these services for students to take tutoring sessions. So if you need extra help, if what you've seen in class you don't remember or you didn't understand at that time but you didn't have time to ask, you have these services. And well, especially for English or German, or if you're taking French or any language that the school offers, there's these services that you can go to and get better prepared.
And if you don't want to be like in another class, like tutorship, which is not, you have SAC, where you can go to the computers and you put your headphones and listen to CDs, audios, videos, and everything. And also the English, Deutsches, and French cafe.
Yes.
Where you don't study, you just go there and talk and chat with other students.
Which is a fantastic way of practicing your speaking in any of the languages you want to. In a very relaxed and chill way, right?
Yeah.
Free coffee.
There's free coffee. You can bring your cookies if you want. That's great. What other?
I think that from the very beginning, students should not underestimate the common subjects that we have. Because everyone says, it's a tronco común, that's not useful for me, and I'm not gonna use it, and then I can have like a 7 or just pass it. But no, they can help you to improve and increase your average, your
your
average.
GPA. Yeah.
So if the ones in your major are a little difficult, these ones can help you to have a better score.
And as well, they can also help you destroy your GPA if
Oh,
you just
yeah.
take them like very lightly and you just don't get a good grade. They can also help you do that. Which then after that you will regret because you would say, "Oh, it was easy. I just didn't do the things right." Oh wow! I think it's also very important for students to remember that now they are being considered as adults. The adults they're not children anymore. And I think that's a very important part of what they have to deal with, accepting the fact that now they are adults and not everything. Mom is going to be there holding their hands for everything. No, that's not going to happen.
Especially for the ones that are not original from the city.
Yes, yes, exactly. Especially for those who live far away from mom and dad, right? They have to deal with this separation, which sometimes is hard depending on the person. And yep, that's life, adult life, right? So, any other advice, Fernanda?
Well, I'm thinking, but I don't know. Enjoy your time in here. I mean, sometimes we think that we don't want to study anymore, that we just want to go through university very fast, but then you will have to work. So it never stops. So really enjoy your time in here. It's beautiful.
I agree with that a lot. Students should really enjoy university because it goes by so fast. And we never realize how young we are at that time and how much we can enjoy. And I'm not talking just about parties and that, but
Yeah,
I
exactly.
mean, for example, universities like UPAEP offers all these things, like you can do cultural things, you can do humanitarian work, you can have access to the different buildings we have, like the gym. You can participate in any sports you want. So it's not just the studying part. It's not just going to class, but there's so many things you can actually do, many programs that are offered, and many things you can experiment, which I think is important for every student. Anything else to add, Victor?
I think that I've got to get along with people.
Yes.
Because you need to have friends. We're social beings and we need to discuss, to talk, to chat. So
Fernanda says no.
So what's the point of being really apathic about life and just be yourself and use your notebook, your tablet or whatever, and come to college and then leave without talking to anyone?
Yeah, I think that's no point.
That's my daily life in Tronco Común.
Well, there is more difficult because you don't have the friends that you met in your major, but still you can talk to people.
Why don't you agree with that, Fernanda?
For me, it's very difficult to speak to other people, and especially when they're from other majors, and I know that I will know them only for one semester. Yeah.
Okay, maybe, but they can help you with the homework. Everyone has teamwork.
Oh yeah, I hate teamwork, but let's change the topic.
So if you don't want to be like her, get along with people.
Yeah, she just wants to be for herself.
Exactly. I mean, it's not bad, but also I think that students should not be lazy because it's, well, I'm not going to say easy, but it's less difficult if you organize yourself and you present your homework.
Exactly.
If you do homework and stuff, your score will be better. And the exam, even if you don't present such a good exam, the homeworks are going to help you.
Exactly. Yes, I totally agree with that. If you work during the partials, the course, whenever the work is not going to accumulate, right? And it's going to be so tedious as if you leave everything to the end. Like people who leave in, at least in the English courses, for example, they leave the homeworks and the weekly readings all to just accumulate to the end. And it's just a lot of work. And then that's when it becomes tedious. But if you had done it one day one, the other day one, and such as that, it just doesn't take you that long, But yeah, so Well, this program is just gonna last these 2 sections that we already did, and we're very happy to be back. As we said, Victor and Fernanda are gonna be part now of the team.
Not doing?
Not forgetting that Demi and Alice used to be a host. Now she's gonna be helping us with the Vox Populi every week. And Nathaniel will also be here with us. And yep, that's going to be the complete team, right? We're very excited to be another semester with you. And we hope that you can participate with us in this adventure. So thank you very much and have a good day.